Hello. It's been a while. Full disclosure, I recorded this voiceover once before and I hated it. So we're doing take two. We're doing it again. I've destroyed all evidence. I've deleted every file. You'll never know, except I told you. Yeah. So I'm getting started on this one. I'm trying to get back into digital art because I'm always trying to get back into something. Yeah. So I keep feeling like in order to get back into digital art, I need to do something. So I downloaded a bunch of new brushes. So you're gonna see me. I already did it some, and you're gonna see it again later on, where I just draw a bunch of lines. And that's me trying out new brushes, because I of course I couldn't do that before I started drawing the thing I was going to show people. I had to just do it on the fly, because I never plan ahead on that. So you might, if the first recording is any indication, you will be hearing the birds, because I'm actually recording this during the day, which is rare, because I usually do it after whatever I'm drawing, and after I edit it, after I do that. So it's always the middle of the night, because I don't get rolling on things until late. But I didn't do it yesterday because I was tired, and also because it was just, I just didn't feel like it. So I've kind of half forgotten what I was doing and what I was thinking, which is why I usually do it the night I do it, when I actually know what I've done. But yeah, with this one, I was going for a really doe-eyed look. That's really kind of the whole justification. And that's how she ended up looking like cherries. I feel like she really does. It's just, I wasn't initially thinking that, but I'm it's all so red and pink and round. Her face and her head are really round. And I just feel like that's what that is. So that's where the title comes from. It just became that. I wasn't doing it on purpose. Yeah. So this whole piece took about an hour. I didn't do a final line art or anything for it. I felt like it was kind of where it needed to be on how finished it was. It's more of a monochromatic sketch thing than a full exciting painting or whatever. So that gives me some opportunity to actually talk about what I've been doing for the many moons I've been gone. It's been 3.5 months. Let's be real. It's not just 3 months anymore. I started thinking about coming back when it was 3 months. So yeah, I'm gonna go through it. I work at an art gallery, and we have a staff exhibit, or a staff intern exhibit. And I was the one planning that this time. And by this time, I mean the first time I've ever been part of it, because I haven't worked there that long. It's only been about a year. So I both had to get my stuff together to display, get it ready to display, and I also had to call everyone else, get them to drop stuff off, hang and set up the show and all that. I had some help with hanging and the setting up, but yeah, it was very stressful. I got the last of the artist statements the evening before the show opened. Not show, exhibit. We're very specific in our terms here at my workplace. At 7 p.m. the evening before, the night before. I was waiting for one person to get me an artist statement, because we were going to put it on the wall. So it was pretty important that we have it and have it printed out and all that. So it was a bit stressful. So it was stressful before we started putting it together, because I was do I have enough work? I don't think I have enough work. But then I was so stressed that I couldn't make any work. But then I was I remembered in April I made a bunch of cyanotypes, and I dug them out. Here's the second part where I'm what are brushes? What are they? What? And I made a bunch of them, and I realized I actually did have enough pieces. I did. They were just buried. So that was really relaxing, but that happened right in the time I started having to get stuff ready for display. So I had to buy a bunch of frames and put them in frames, which doesn't sound that bad, but it's expensive, it's stressful, and you're like, is this the right frame for this one? You just second guess yourself constantly. So then I was getting them like actually up, and by that point I was pretty confident with what I had. I had priced everything, I'd done stuff, I'd gotten myself together, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm the shepherd of this flock. I am the one that's has to get everyone, including it's current and former staff and interns. So yeah, quite a few of them have kind of moved on. Like there's a girl in grad school who, her mom had to drop off her stuff because she was not in the area at all. So that was, I kind of get a hold of not just her, but her family and trying to arrange that. People were busy. I understand that. I was the current worker there, mostly. And most other people were doing something else, which is why I was arranging it. There was straight up one person that we just could not get a hold of, and they were not in the exhibit. Am I saying, yeah. But it was fine. It worked out, I guess. Not for them, but for us, it worked out. So that whole thing was a little over a month ago now, when we had our opening and we were done. Yeah. So that whole experience was really overwhelming, but I wanted to get back into making art shortly after that, but I didn't. See, momentum is a scary thing, and I hadn't been making work. I'd been doing office tasks and messaging people and emailing and all that for so long. So I just didn't even know where to start. So yeah, it was just, it was hard to get going again. Also, it was weirdly both really motivating and really demotivating. So hey, some of my stuff sold. That's great. I like having, confirmation that my work is saleable. That's a good thing for my future as an artist. But it wasn't the work that I was most excited about. It wasn't the new work I put a lot of effort in. It was something I'd done more than half a year ago for fun. And I liked them, but I was a little over most of them. And those were the ones that sold. And I was oh. So that was kind of a little, almost a bummer. But you can't be too upset because it did sell. But I'm sorting my feelings out on that. You'll see me, I guess, sometime in the future. Probably still confused about my feelings.